So it was 2011, 21st December. As you all know, it is the shortest day of the year. So my school generally plans a school trip once you're in 8th standard. Every year, it plans a school trip, excursion kind of out of the state. So my first trip was to Vizag, and so it was the second day of the trip. It's a well-planned itinerary and everything, and it was the second day of the trip. And it was jam-packed. The itinerary was jam-packed. Morning we had visited the submarine museum, and then we visited the aircraft museum, and then there were a lot of beaches that we visited. So my school dares a lot, even though we were like purely girls' school, they didn't mind. So we were out there at 5:30 on our plan to visit Bora Caves. As you know, it is the most beautiful tourist attraction in Vizag, situated in Araku Valley, in the lushy greens of Anantagiri Hills. So at 5:45, we landed at Bora Caves. As we went inside, you have this crystal white calcium stones and a lot of formations, beautiful formations that you could see. So there's this mother and child kind of formation, a tiger kind of formation, a brain kind of formation, and a lot of bats flying over our heads, and a lot of mushrooms here and there, So that was the most beautiful place, I had seen at that age. So as we were enjoying, there was one huge rock, I still remember. We as a group of friends, we were sitting over there and we were singing Mustafa, Mustafa. And we never knew how the time passed. It was around 2 more hours before we came out, sometime around 7:30. As we came out, there were drizzles of rain all over our face, which in the very next minute turned into a huge pouring of rain, and it was already starting to get dark, right? Because as I said, shortest day of the year, and it was December, and we were there as in the swayy path of the mountains. We all came in a bus, which is an Incredible India bus, a blue and white colored one, and there were 3 buses to accommodate us all. And I was in one of the buses. So we all assembled and then we got onto the bus. And it was raining so heavily, cats and dogs. So we got onto the bus. To our realization, my bus in particular broke down. So it was around 7:45 and the bus was not moving. We didn't know what was happening. Obviously the teachers were taking the control and everything. And slowly, we then got to know, okay, this is the situation out there, and we were all starting to get restless. 8th standard, right? And girls can be dramatic also. So we were all very anxious. We didn't know what was going to happen, and when were we supposed to get home? And you used to get a lot of calls from parents also, because again, girl children and all that. So then for another half an hour or so, nothing. So, the situation was still, nothing moved. So, we were all, couldn't even sit in one place. So, I remember me and my best friend, Saishweta. So, we both are Swifties, basically Taylor Swift fans. And at the time, Love Story was a song that was very famous. I'm not sure if you guys know that song, but then we sang it out loud. We didn't know what to do, so we just enjoyed ourselves. We were just singing it, and a huge group of people, they joined us. So everyone loved that song at that point. And what happened was, without us knowing, back to back, we were singing some song or the other. We were just enjoying the time over there, forgetting about what was happening. It was 2 hours, 9:30, and we were in the same position. Some jeeps were arranged. So a few minutes later, we saw in the dark, you absolutely have no light at all. So it was completely dark with only headlights of jeeps approaching us. There were 5 jeeps, and it was only our bus that was waiting. The other 2 buses have gone. So we were all accommodated in the jeeps. And then it was a sigh of relief, right? So we got onto the jeep, and then We finally headed to our hotel at 10:30, 10:40 types. And at around 10:50 or 11, we had our dinner. But we were again too restless to go to sleep. So my group of friends, we just stayed in the room. We switched on the TV to a music channel, and we were just randomly dancing for 3 more hours, I think, until 2 a.m. We were just dancing, we were talking, and we couldn't go to sleep. And then finally, I remember us resting at around 2:30 a.m. or so. So that I would say till date is the most memorable trip, first school trip with my friends, but till date the most exciting, adventurous and memorable trip. So thank you so much. Thanks for your time.